Okay guys, this awesome effect is called the Vertigo effect. It's also known as the Dolly effect, and it can actually be achieved in camera with our DJI Mini 2s and our Mavic Air 2s. So there's no need for any external software. Let's get started. Okay guys, so if you want to do this yourself, it's nice and easy to do. What we're going to do is get our drone up in the air and we're going to get it in front of us. All we have to do to achieve this is to zoom in whilst moving backwards, or to zoom out whilst moving forwards. And this is how it looks on the screen. So as you can see on the right, I'm zooming in. To do that, I'm holding the function button and scrolling the gimbal tilt backwards and forwards, and this will control the zoom. Obviously the further you push it, the quicker it will zoom in. And I'm moving the right hand stick to move the drone backwards and forwards. Now obviously we can do this up in the sky as well, but it's worth noting if we are further away from the subject, it's worth putting it into sports mode and going back a bit faster and zooming out or in a bit slower. And when we're closer to the subject, like myself here, I'm actually shooting in cinematic mode, so moving back slowly whilst zooming in faster. Another thing to bear in mind when using this effect is we need something in the foreground and also in the background. So here for example, where it's just one plane, where I'm going up and there's no foreground or background, you can't actually tell I'm moving up and zooming in at the same time. So I was shooting this on the Mini 2, and when we shoot in 4K, we can actually only get the maximum zoom of ×2. Whereas if we move it over into Full HD, we can go all the way up to 4x zoom, which is obviously going to make the effect greater. And that's because we're using digital zoom, which is going to have a limit on how much quality we're going to lose, whereas if we were using a DJI Zoom drone for example, it would use optical zoom and we wouldn't lose quality. Now you may be wondering why you can't just do this in post edit, and you absolutely can. So what I got here is this video I took just moving straight forwards with a drone. I'm going to go to the last frame and click on scale at a scale of 1, and then I'm going to go to the first frame and put in a zoom of 3. Now actually after doing this, I think this was a bit much, so I dropped it back to a zoom of 2, and as we see on the right, it automatically puts this as a keyframe. So now when I play it, we can actually see I'm zooming out whilst moving in, and again we've achieved the Vertigo effect. This time I've used software and not done it in camera. Now the advantage of doing it on your drone is you don't need any software to get this effect, and you can just use any editing software such as the Fly app to get your final footage. The upside of using something like DaVinci Resolve, which is actually free software, is that we've got a bit more control over how quick we can zoom in and zoom out, and you know it's going to be nice and smooth. You can also look at the quality and see what it looks like close up. Okay guys, just a word of warning, I wouldn't use this too much, as you probably found from the intro. It can make you feel a bit sick, maybe go a bit dizzy. But other than that, get out there, stay safe, have fun, and I hope to see you in the next one.